A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a significant escalation of military actions in the Middle East, Israel has confirmed that it conducted airstrikes against military targets in Iran on Saturday morning. The Israel Defense Forces, IDF, stated that the strikes were aimed at missile and drone manufacturing sites, as well as aerial defense systems. This operation comes in retaliation to Iran's missile barrage on October 1st, which saw approximately 180 ballistic missiles launched towards Israel, marking a pivotal moment in the ongoing conflict between the two nations. The IDF reported that 3 waves of strikes were executed, targeting various locations in the provinces of Tehran, Khuzestan, and Ilam. Iranian air defenses acknowledged the attacks, claiming that limited damage was inflicted on some sites. Footage from local media depicted Iranian air defenses actively engaging incoming projectiles in central Tehran, although no specific details were provided regarding the targeted locations. The Iranian military confirmed the death of 2 soldiers during the counteraction against the Israeli strikes, labeling the Israeli forces as the criminal Zionist regime. In response to the airstrikes, Iranian officials have vowed to retaliate, asserting that Iran reserves the right to respond to any acts of aggression. A senior U.S. official described the Israeli strikes as extensive and precise, emphasizing that the United States did not participate in the operation but had collaborated with Israel to ensure a low-risk attack that minimized civilian casualties. The official characterized the airstrikes as a proportionate self-defense response aimed at deterring future attacks and degrading Iran's military capabilities. The operation, codenamed Days of Repentance, involved dozens of Israeli fighter jets, all of which returned safely to their bases after the mission. The IDF's public acknowledgement of the strikes marks a departure from the previous covert nature of the conflict, indicating that the long-standing shadow war between Israel and Iran has now escalated into open confrontation. The airstrikes were anticipated as a direct response to Iran's missile attack earlier this month, which was purportedly executed in support of Hezbollah amid heightened tensions following Israel's ground invasion in Gaza. The IDF has stated that these strikes were necessary due to the relentless attacks against Israel from Iranian forces and their proxies in the region. In the wake of the airstrikes, Iranian state media reported sounds of explosions in Tehran, although initial reports suggested that life in the capital continued relatively unaffected, with Tehran's airport operating normally. Meanwhile, international flights began rerouting around western Iran as news of the strike spread, leading to a temporary closure of the country's airspace. The geopolitical implications of these developments are profound, as both Israel and Iran remain on high alert. The situation is further complicated by the involvement of the United States, which has historically been an ally of Israel. President Joe Biden had previously urged Israel to avoid targeting Iranian nuclear or oil facilities, indicating a desire to prevent further escalation that could lead to a broader conflict. Iran's foreign minister has previously warned that there are no red lines for Iran in terms of self-defense, and the Iranian Revolutionary Guards have hinted that a limited response to Israel's airstrikes may be forthcoming, depending on the perceived scale of the Israeli attack. As tensions continue to mount, analysts are closely monitoring the situation, particularly the potential for miscalculations that could lead to a full-scale conflict between Iran and Israel. The IDF has emphasized its right to defend itself, stating that the ongoing attacks from Iran have necessitated a robust military response. The conflict has already resulted in significant casualties on both sides. The recent escalation began following a Hamas raid on October 7th, which resulted in the deaths of approximately 1,200 Israelis and the abduction of 250 individuals. In retaliation, Israel has launched extensive military operations in Gaza, leading to a humanitarian crisis with tens of thousands of Palestinian casualties reported. As the situation unfolds, the international community watches with bated breath, hoping for restraint from both parties to avoid a larger regional war. The intricate web of alliances and hostilities in the Middle East suggests that any misstep could have dire consequences, not only for Israel and Iran but for global stability as well. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.